Hello everyone, my name is Garrett Ocamber, and welcome back to Space Engineers. This is my Gargantuan build ship that I've been designing. And, again, like I said, a lot of the construction is going on outside of the actual videos that I'm making here. And the sole reason for that is, I'm stuck in a block, cool. The sole reason for that is because of how large this is. Now, when I said Gargantuan, like, this doesn't even cover how big this is going to be. This is still relatively small in comparison to what I'm dreaming of. I'm dreaming of a very big ship. But as it stands, it's looking pretty good. We've got some good foundations going on here. I built these gigantic thruster housing units with some additional power sources here. This also means that if the ship gets cut in half, it has multiple generators to draw from. And I'm not filling this entire interior here with generators just yet. I'm going to leave it relatively open. That's what I meant to say. Open, so that if I need more generators, I can use it. And these are, this is not the back of the ship. This is the front. These are going to be the stopping power currently to stop it from careening into a planet as I move forward. The ship's, you know, this is going to be the front area over there. So this will be really cool when this is completed. But it's nowhere near done yet. So you know, don't think, you know, oh, this is over already. No, not even close. So what I wanted to do is actually close off this bottom area here, because I currently don't have a use for it. That's not the block I wanted. We want this block here. This is by far already the biggest functional craft I've ever built. I created some nice exoskeletons in the past that never really went anywhere. And there weren't as many features as this game has now. I have to say, you know, call it, you know, just sweetening the cake, but adding planets to the game makes the game more playable, by far. And that really is because you're able to go places. You're not just building to build, you're building to travel places, and that's really cool. I like that. I like the fact that I can actually explore the universe in this game and just have a good time at it. So, oh, I didn't mean to go that far. Well, whatever. We've already got this nice depth thing going on. We might as well do that. Mistakes happen. Mistakes happen. I know there is an undo button, and I'm not sure how to do that, so again, it's been a while since I've looked up all the controls and things like that, and I know some people have been addressing that in the comments, but yeah, it's just really because I haven't played this game as much as most people. I like building stuff, and it just, before the game wasn't really worth that. It really wasn't. It wasn't like Minecraft. It wasn't a finished product for the most part. You couldn't just go into it and be like, hey, I can do whatever now. No, it was more like, this game is really incomplete, but it's cool. And it's still an incomplete game, but it's going places. So we have that housed there, okay. Now to make this look nice, because it doesn't look nice. So we're gonna add you up here. I got an idea for this. Okay. No. Oh, it was invisible, that's why. I literally could not see it. It was, like, invisible to me. So I'm gonna add 3 right there. I've also started the captain's and crew's area up on top. Slowly but surely, it's coming along. It's not even like a real area. It's just kind of a skeletal do-it-yourself project going on. how big was that? I should really pay more attention to these numbers. Okay, okay, there's a one clearance. One block clearance. What's amazing about this game is that every block is a little bit bigger than your character. So you're building in much larger terms than you actually think. You know, you get distracted. A lot of games like Minecraft or 7 Days to Die, you have a pretty solid concept of how big your character is in relation to what you're building. In this game, it's like you have to take that and forget about it. This ship is a lot larger than it actually appears. That's because my character can fit inside a block, which is really neat. But it allows you to build things that they work, they function, which is great. And then on top of it, you're able to, I don't know, just expand how you build in a voxel game. Every voxel game has a different way of treating itself, and this one definitely gives you a bit of a crash course in functional voxels. Okay, I want to do that there. Just gonna move that there. Okay, and we'll follow up with this. I have to say, my frames suffer with this game. Despite having a good computer, like a really good computer, this game does mess with your frames quite a bit. So let's copy that over here. It's really just the world that I'm on. If I was in space, this would be a lot different. And I was actually thinking about moving the ship into an orbit. The problem is that when you're building a ship, it can encounter some serious issues if you make it too heavy. Gravity will start pulling it down, which is an awesome feature, by the way, but I don't want the ship to get sucked back onto the planet where I'm working on it and have no way of, you know, stopping it from crashing. You need to build a lot of boosters, which I currently do not have access to. And I have a lot of boosters, but not enough to keep it aloft, I think, the gravitational pull of the planet. I really should be making these out of armored blocks, but that would just be even heavier than it has to be. So a lot of it is getting turned into light armor, but there's layers of light armor. And again, the ship is not done yet, so there's more room to grow. I don't know where it's going to end up. So it's not what that looks like on that end. Let's see here. Yes, it is. Okay. Okay, well, this section of the ship here is not going to be symmetrical, but, well, it may or may not be. I haven't actually checked yet, but the point is that I have a way of accessing. Yeah, it's not. Okay, I have a way of accessing these giant generator rooms for the thrusters here if I need to add more stuff inside, which may or may not be a necessity. It just gives me an easy place to put a lot of generators because it's a huge compartment. So I need to create a walkway here. This is not going to be outside, it's going to be encased, but I'm going to put glass and things like that so you can see outside, and it allows some extra light in, as we'll be closing most of this off anyways. So, that's something. Wall there. Actually didn't mean to do it that way, but whatever. Allows me some breathing room for choosing where I want glass. Start right here. That's perfect. Not perfect. That essentially just allows me to have light coming in at different angles. Let's see how it looks from the inside. Okay, we're gonna drop down. Okay, so you come up the staircase here, these top levels. There's gonna be a door here, and you can look out. You can see parts of the ship out there. Look in this direction, you see more parts of the ship. That's cool. The doorway leading into the compartment. You have a long-ass ramp. Okay. What's that? I missed a spot? I missed a spot. Oh, it's fine. That's why we have these compartments. That's why we have these compartments. Just patch it like that really easily. Worry about it later. I originally intended this stuff to be visible from the outside, but considering I added this massive space, it's better to have this on an interior. And it looks nice, so, you know, it's not terrible. Close that for now. We really should get some lights in there, but just right now it'd be a drain on the generator power. I know we've got a lot of generators, but I don't necessarily need more things to worry about. So just close that there. Alright. By the way, this is the lift that takes you up. There's like a glass panel here with some lights pointing up, and you just look up, you go over, and you get stuck for some reason. Okay. Here we are. On your side, this room here. And you're greeted with a nice space view. On either side, it's identical. It goes up as a staircase, and that will lead upwards to a central command station, like the bridge, basically. And that's going to be really cool once you start working on that. Haven't quite gotten there yet. The command center is not so important right now. It's trying to figure out... Nope, that's the wrong angle. These don't, again, this whole section here is not symmetrical. It's not supposed to be. It's still the wrong angle. There we go. Sometimes when something doesn't line up, it's actually quite nice. It allows you to build something that's more unique. At least in this instance, you know, it can make a spacecraft look a lot more badass. If there's, like, all the shit coming off of it. Kind of like the Death Star, if you ever look at the Death Star. That thing is not symmetrical. It's a sphere, but it's got all these, like, towers and satellites and stuff coming off. So we can see through there. See through there. And we have, again, another large-ass compartment. And we're gonna patch this here. My OCD was oh, no, oh god, no. Oh. No, that was terrible. My OCD was telling me you have to fix this. There we go. It's patched. Okay. Let's, fly through this. Let's turn this off. I don't like Space Engineer's, like, HUD. It's the ugliest thing. At least for me. It's just really meh. Like, it's blue and it's got lines coming through it, and I know I can turn off the hints, but I honestly forget the controls for things like tab and stuff, so I leave that on. But it's like, the HUD is just uninspired. It's like a blank blueprint kind of system, and it's not the prettiest thing in the world, but beggars can't be choosers. Every game has a different HUD. This one definitely has a unique HUD. Looks really nice at night. I decided to... That looks so beautiful. I decided to put thrusters on each end here Little tiny thrusters just for dramatic effect. Nothing too special. Again, thruster damage is off the way I like it. I just don't like the thruster damage because it limits your design. It really limits your design. And when you can have thrusters so close together, you know, like this, it just makes you create a godlike vehicle. But you can't necessarily do that when you've got thrusters on. This is coming along quite nicely so far, and I've got some more plans here, more things to build. Okay, I'm putting on these lights here so I can see what's below me. Not as many lights as I'd like down below in the in-between areas. Right there, for instance, is pretty dark, but it's a flat sort of, you know, thruster housing, so I'm not too concerned. I'm not too concerned that we're gonna crash into like a really big hill or something. We'd be able to see it for the most part. Did I just goof? I think I just goofed. Yes, we did. Yes, we did. There we go. There we go. Let's connect this to that. Okay. What is this little area down here? I don't know. Sometimes you discover new places in your ship that you didn't build, you didn't intend to build. Oh, actually, I do like this. I do like this. We're gonna leave this as is. It's kind of interesting. It lets us get inside and take a look at all these generators. We're gonna leave it unlit though. It's already getting enough background light. So let's add a ramp there. That's cool. I like that. I like all those little nooks and crannies. Gonna add a door. Okay. That's neat. And in order to get in there, you can put some passages down. I actually have to apply. Okay, and flip you. You are flipped. Thank you for being flipped. We'll have to put some lights just so we can see where these passages go, because without that we're not going to see much. Let's raise these up here. Now this area down here, you're not supposed to be over here, so that has to get sealed off. As a matter of fact, you're not supposed to see this entire back area. It's not for the eyes of the public. And I should really fill it in, but I really don't feel like it. It would take a while. I didn't actually build this place in the center there to be filled in, though it did cross my mind that I should. I didn't, which was my mistake. Does this lead into a run? Oh, yes it does. Whoops. not that big of an issue. How do we remedy this? We mask it. 20 blocks. 20 blocks. There we go. Using the wrong thing there. There we go. I need to see what lights are available. Just trying to get a good measure. Oh, that's the wrong. Don't just press K willy-nilly. I'm just trying to make sure I don't overwrite any lights that I wanted to be a different color. So the last two lights are cyan. So we're going to add more lights in and make them cyan without fear. That's the one thing, the light system, I wish you could just color it like you do the actual blocks. When you're putting down a block, you can designate what color it is by doing this. But you can't do that with lights, and that's kind of difficult. It's like I just want a colored light, damn it. We'll put these in the bottom here. Come on. There we go. Thank you. Okay. Some lights there, lights down here. We're going to fix these. Where are you? Whoa, my fireplace making sounds. What are you doing? Scaring me. It's like, I'm revving up. I'm going to explode. It's like one of those electrical stove fireplaces with wood pellets. It smells like it. It smells like it's burning. Because it's a fireplace. No, that's terrible. Okay. Oh, come on. Oh, stop it. It's being finicky. There we go. There we go. That's gorgeous. I like it. Let's see how this looks. Up, 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 up. Oops. Went too high. Forgot to put a roof. It's a good thing my inertia dampeners are on, because if they weren't, I'd be going places. That would have been fun. I hope that fireplace isn't too loud in the background, because that's going to really piss me off. Okay, well, I don't know if this has been a short episode or a long episode. I tend to just talk while I'm building. But for the most part, you see where this is going. I'm building these walls. I'm trying to get exteriors mapped out, interiors mapped out. For the most part, I think the back areas of the ship are kind of, sort of done. There's a few things I can improve upon. I've actually been adding in a few bits and pieces here, like these nice little struts here, just to make it look fancy. I made these thrusters look nicer in the back, and they look pretty cute. There's a few things I've been adding on to. A few things. I'll tell you what. There's definitely something I can do right now. If I have hydrogen, what I need to do, what we have a serious lack of, is thrusters pointing up. There's only those back ones right there. And if I were to take off, or if this ship got, propelled into the atmosphere, which I would doubt at this point, it's so heavy, but this thing would fly, and no way of catching it. Since we've got all the space in the world on this thing, I was thinking about applying some thrusters right here. Do 7 to start out with. And this is not going to be the total number of thrusters pointing up. For obvious reasons, this is not enough thrust. But it will definitely be the start of it. It's just going to solidify my comfort zone for now. Like I said, it would, you know, take a pretty mighty earthquake to launch this into the space. Into the space. Yeah, that's proper English. I'm waking up. I'm sorry. So I just, you know, I want to feel confident that my craft is not going to take off without me, so putting hydrogen thrusters for that extra push so we can actually stay rooted. There we go. And this ship still needs a lot of frontal, you know, like frontal thrust. It needs thrust to push it in that direction. These are not enough. These are not enough. I mean, these are nice, but they're mostly decorative. It needs more to say, hey, I'm a big fucking spaceship. Boom, you know, push itself up. But it's got a long way to go. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys are enjoying this build series. If you like it, let me know in the comments below. Click the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I should say I have some exciting new games that I've been looking into, and next week one of them is coming, and I'm hoping that becomes a nice series for you guys. If not, you know, whatever, it happens. There's a lot of games I'll play and I'm just like, no, you know, like Betrayer, I like the concept of it, and then I played it and I was like, this game's just god awful. For my reasons, you know, not everyone's going to agree with me. I don't think it's a terrible game for everyone. I think it's just not my kind of game. But I'm excited to try new things and put them on the channel for you all. So thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode of Space Engineers.